Hello, my divine masculine. Yes, I know it has been a while since I have sent something into the airwaves for the channelers to pick up for you. You know, it's funny sometimes to sit back and think about how often I have seen you as the runner, as the one withholding communication, as the one stuck. And then it was recently when, I knew from what I've been studying that really I have been running too in my own way. So I did not connect the dots. I did not see it until recently. How, as I tried to cut cords and get into different projects and mingle and flirt with others and things like that, that I was the one who was running much harder and faster than you. And, you know, it's interesting to sit here and think about just the notion that I've not even been open to channelers hearing my heart. That's a big block, isn't it? As is me not being brave enough to speak my feelings for you, for anyone, for anything, for myself. Aren't we an interesting match? Well, masculine, I sit here today and I think about all that I have accomplished in my effort to leave you be as best I could, to make your choices as you naturally would. And I hear the rushing of a freeway behind me, one that I travel often as I work and pray and at least dance with my heart. And instead of hearing it as some sort of cacophony of noises that might annoy me, instead it feels like the rushing of a river. I recently visited one and it was beautiful. It moved me and it reminded me just how delightful it feels to be moved by something you cannot control. And it reminded me of something I've told you at least a handful of times, that it is far better to be wanted than to be needed. Something I know that you worked hard to learn in your journey. And it's interesting to me as we circle back, almost meeting up at the exact same moons as we always have. We just didn't notice before, and now I can hear that song in my head, You're the One That I Want. And when I think about it, I think about something that, well, you used to always tell it to me, but then I took it on, and it's that I always get what I want. And not in a force it to happen sort of way, not in a I'm going to do something to get what I want sort of way. It's simply I always get what I want because I deserve to have what I want. And I love myself enough to know that I always get what I want. And I most definitely want you. I know this is a nuanced thing. It's something that you and I have been dancing around for some time. As there have been many times that I have told you I do not need you. And because you had an association of love in a codependent way, feeling like if someone didn't need you, that they didn't love you. If you didn't need them, that you didn't really love them. Though I know, I see, I hear, I observe, not with any like open intention to do those things, they come to me. People bring me news of you, even people you would not ever expect to. So I know that this is a hard-earned lesson for you. one I did not set you up in. In fact, as I told you many times, I am quite delighted in everything you do, especially when it is your choice and your free will, and I am just an observer, much like our consciousness is, our soul and our body. When you think about when you have a song stuck in your head, who or what is the being that is observing the thought of the song in your head? And it's interesting to sit here and think that, I mean, it wasn't that long ago when I felt like this journey was suffering. You know, I know that you have too. And as I've done my work on myself, as I continue to, I find that as the layers of fears and shadows and doubt and ego, I don't even know, just fall away from me, that there's more love in there. Not just for you, for myself, for our family, for even people who have not exactly done me right. Though there's an emphasis on love for you in there. You are my twin. You are my mirror. To feel anything other than love for you would be to feel anything other than love for myself. And I sit here thinking about how far I've come, largely fueled on my love for you, which I alchemized into love for myself and love for those around me, and the ability to stand tall in any situation with gratitude pouring from my being for all things and all people in all ways. And I think about my future, and I think, why would I change anything about the path that we've been on? It's beautiful. It's absurd. It's got lots of plot twists. It makes me laugh so much in so many places. In other places I cry and I weep. I go through the whole spectrum of human feelings just being linked to you. And you, of course, are the only masculine I could ever know who would never let me go, even if I wanted to. I tried. You know that I tried. And I feel like you also know that I didn't want to, though it felt like that was the best thing to do, considering the choices that you were saying that you wanted to make. Or rather, not that you wanted to make, but that you felt obligated to make, which you know I don't like. You know me. I can be happy. I can experience compersion for you when you are doing what you want to do, and it's bringing you happiness and gratitude. Though when you are doing things simply because they are obligation, that makes me feel self-righteous indignation. Though still, I learned what the strength card teaches. I learned to channel my frustration into more creative things. I learned to help others face shadows much like yours. And now I sit and I think about the future, and I think there are so, like, the world is my oyster. It is open to me. And it's open to me because of the contrast you bring, that you brought, that you will bring. Because of the delightfully contradictory way that you are. Always ambiguous and also direct. Never quite lying, though always changing your mind. Always wanting to feel like the hero, like you've rescued somebody, and finding yourself feeling like the bigger victim by the time you got both feet halfway in. And yet, you never really ever have both feet all the way in. I know that you have been testing me. It is your way. Even if you did not have intention for more, you have been. You wanted to see how far I could let you go, how far I could let myself go. And you found it. Not my limitations per se, but where I choose to stop and say, I speak for this masculine. I speak as his feminine. And I know that you are still confused by me because obviously I have never been the type to say, you must be with me. I've got none of the transactionalism or the need for things that other people have used to keep you stuck. I can earn my own money. I can manifest it. Money likes to come to me. It really does. Money loves to play in my space. Money loves to be in my pockets and leave my hands for fun and love and play and resources. Work and jobs, they are easy for me. They've always been easy for me to achieve. Even places to reside are not hard to find. And as you can tell, other than some brief moments in the story of me, I have nothing to hide. And every reason to embrace and enjoy all of who I am, light and shadow and all the hues in the middle. Life is a rainbow. Why limit ourselves to just all or nothing, black or white, yes or no? And then my mind comes back to that song, You're the One That I Want. It's not about need. It's not about possession. It's not about status, which is why I have no need to rush. You could take your time. As I said, I delight in everything you do. You don't even have to ever come my way in this lifetime. I'm aware that we have been linked for many lifetimes and will be for many, many more. And I mean, just to get to have you as a part of my story and me as a part of yours, I'm grateful for that. Whatever way it looks like. You've always liked to try on different hats and different roles. So whether you decide to be my lover, my friend, or my foe, I am grateful for you, Divine Masculine. As I know you are grateful for me. You have expressed it enough times. And I know that you quietly whisper it to yourself every time you do something that makes you feel good about yourself. What's that? Another song? That's the power of love. Well, my dear DM, I was going to say I must get back to work, though I don't think that way very often anymore. I get to go back to work and enjoy my day, thinking of you and all the delightful things you do as you make your way back to me, because I'm sure, as you've noticed, all roads lead back to me, and not because I've willed it so. They lead back to me because you know that's where your heart has always called home.